My cousins destroyed my life. Throw away. Apologies for my language. I want to start by saying I know I have the worst luck when it comes to men, but my cousins just take the cake. On my mom's side, I, 38F, have 6 cousins, let's call them A, B, C, D, E, F, all girls and around the same age. We grew up in the same neighborhood and some of us went to the same school. Even as teenagers, my cousins were always interested in stealing each other's boyfriends. It felt shit when they did it to me in high school, it felt a lot worse years later. At 22, I met my first husband Ted, who was 43 at the time. Things moved fast and we got married about a year later. On my 24th birthday, I got the most amazing surprise of finding my husband in bed with my shut of a cousin A. He apologized and we even tried couples counseling to move on from the incident. I had decided to forgive him just before I found cousin B choking on his balls in my kitchen. I divorced Ted and chalked it to getting married to a guy without knowing him. At 27, I met Pete, who was 37 at the time. I know I have a type. I took things slow and got to know him the best I could. We dated 3 years before we decided to marry. Everything was fine up until the wedding day, when my sister came crying to me and told me about how Pete had tried to kiss her the previous night. I thought it was a misunderstanding and immediately went to Pete's hotel room to talk about it and clear things up. That's when I saw cousin C and cousin D pleasuring the groom while my best friend and maid of honor was entertaining the other groomsmen. I cut off contact with everyone except my sister and mother. I decided to be celibate for a few years, and when I got back to being with other people, I just wanted sex, no relationship. At 35, I met Andy, who was 28 at the time. Andy has just got out of a long relationship as his ex had dumped him for a rich guy. He also didn't want any relationship, which brought us together. After a whole year of just doing it casually, we developed feelings for each other. Andy never hid anything from me, told me about all his past relationships, and as far as I could tell, he didn't lie. A month ago, I found out I was pregnant. When I shared the news with Andy, he was very excited and we decided to keep the baby. He proposed to me last week and I said yes, hoping this time I would get my happy ending. When I informed my mother, she decided to throw me and Andy an engagement party without really asking us about the guests we wanted to invite. She invited her entire family, including all of my cousins. Andy knew what they had done but asked me to put on a happy face for the sake of my mother. It was difficult, but then cousin E walked in and Andy just lost his cool. E was the girlfriend who dumped him for the rich guy, and she took the opportunity to remind me that I was still eating her scraps. Andy yelled at E for talking to me that way and she made it a yelling match. Things hadn't even settled down before cousin F accused Andy of being the baby daddy of her oldest child, 12M. This broke and I just bolted. Andy came after me. I locked him out of our apartment, told him to go away and give me some room, but he didn't. He slept on the doorstep the whole night. I keep thinking to myself, at least he didn't cheat. Yes, he didn't cheat, but why did he have to sleep with my shutty cousins? He told me all about his relationship with E, but I never made the connection that it was the same E. And F, oh God. He must have slept with her when he was 18 and she would have been 32 at the time. F is the neighborhood street rag, every guy in her block has slept with her. I am surprised she even remembers Andy and is confident about Andy being the father. Can I blame him for sleeping with someone when he was 18? I slept with guys when I was 18 and I don't remember most of them. Somehow I am mad at him, and also I understand what happened. He hasn't actually said he is sorry, but for some reason I keep thinking I forgive you. I have the worst life.